Hi, it's Louise Tanner-Stokes from the Anti-Dieting Revolution, and this week I wanted to talk about how meal planning can make a really big difference if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to feel in control of your eating, if you're trying to eat better. If you can plan your meals each week, I would say it probably is one of the biggest tips that I can give you, is just trying to take some time each week just to plan your meals. When I work one-to-one with clients, I would say it's probably one of the most common tweaks that we would focus on when we're setting up an action plan, is to just try and plan meals each week. It makes the biggest difference to, I would say, most of my clients. So most of them would focus on planning their evening meals each week. Some would plan their breakfasts. Some will plan what they're going to have for lunches, especially if they're taking packed lunches to work. Some of them will even plan all of their meals. Okay. Now, without planning your meals each week, I would say you're more likely to, what I see over and over again is people are more likely to make unhelpful choices about what they're going to eat. So it's a bit more stressful when they're, especially if they're busy, if they're rushed, they're making rushed decisions. They're more likely to pick and snack between meals, more likely to have cravings because they're not getting a balanced diet, and they're more likely to turn to takeaways and have more of the kind of convenience foods, and they're more likely to spend more money as well when you're not planning. Okay, so here's how planning can make a big difference to you. So first of all, when you plan your meals, you're more likely to eat a healthy, balanced diet. Okay, so when you think in advance, you know what meals you're going to have each week. You think about, making sure those meals have a variety of different food groups, and you think about what food you're going to need to be able to make sure you can make those meals. Okay, and then you think about whether you're going to be busy, so maybe then you can batch cook meals in advance or plan quicker meals for those busier days, and then you can write a shopping list for to make sure that you get all the food that you need, so that you're ready then, you're ready in the moment, and then, like I said, you're more likely to get those well balanced meals. And when you get balanced meals, you're more likely to be giving your body the nutrients that it needs. So you're nourishing and you're satisfying your body. And that makes you feel well. And when you feel well, you're more likely to do more of the things that help you to feel well, like, exercising regularly and, sleeping better. And you're less likely to overeat when you feel well and you're nourishing your body. Okay. So that leads me on to the next point I want to talk about, is that planning your meals means you're more likely to eat the right amount for you. So this is really important if you're trying to manage your weight, if you're trying to lose weight, or you're just trying to feel in control of your eating, feel in control of your weight. So when you've planned what you're having or the possible options you're going to choose from each week, then you've given your body what it needs. You've given your body all the nutrients that it needs, because you're more likely to have those balanced meals. Then you're less likely to have cravings in between meals. Okay, and you're less likely to feel peckish, and end up picking and snacking on extra things in between meals. When you feel satisfied, you're giving your body what it needs. Food's not on your mind all the time. You're not obsessing over what you can and can't have, because you feel satisfied. You can just get on with your day. You can get on with your life. And when you're not having cravings for foods, you're less likely to kind of get stuck in that guilt binge cycle. Because often what happens is when we crave foods, we crave the things that we think are bad, or we think they're banned and we shouldn't be eating them. And then when we have them, we feel guilty. And that then leads to overeating, because you think, well, I might as well eat more. Or you eat more to try and feel better, to try and forget, and all that kind of thing. So when you plan your meals and you're planning well balanced meals, and giving your body what it needs, you're less likely to overeat. Okay. And then my last point, to really try and hopefully encourage you to try and plan your meals, is when you plan your meals, there's less stress around food. Okay, so food is less stressful, eating well is less stressful. So when you have a plan, you don't have to make that decision in the moment then. When you suddenly thinking, oh, it's dinner time, or it's tea time, whatever you want to call your evening meal, and it's usually the one that people are thinking about. You don't have to make that decision. Oh, what should we have? If you're busy, you can still eat well because you've already picked what you're going to have, or you've prepared something in advance, or you've planned a quick meal. There's no need to make that kind of last minute decision, or end up having arguments with the family about what to have. When you've planned meals, it's easier to follow a budget. When if you're just going shopping once a week and you're getting what you need to make sure you've got everything you need to have those balanced meals that you've planned already, you're going to spend less money because you're not constantly going into the shops to pick up something for dinner, when then you end up grabbing little extras each time. Also, when you planned your meals, you're more likely to be cooking more from scratch, so that means you spend less money on food as well. When you're making those last minute decisions, you're less likely to go for takeaways and convenience foods, so they tend to be higher in fat and sugar and salt, or the added sugar, salt and fat, and they're often more expensive as well overall. So it's you're spending less money, you're feeling less stressed having to make those last minute decisions. So have a think about, could you just spend 10 minutes each week, even if it's just to plan one meal each day, and see what difference it makes. And obviously, if you need help with this, try my anti-dieting meal planner. You can download it for free. I will put the link in the full blog, or in the information on this video. So the idea is it'll help you plan well balanced meals, and you only need to spend, like I said, just 10 minutes a week. And obviously it's not set in stone. You don't have to, just because it's written down doesn't mean you have to have it. You can be flexible. You can think, okay, well, maybe I'll swap this meal for that one because that's what I fancy today. You can totally be flexible. And of course, give me a shout if you need more help with this. And it's time to ditch dieting forever, because you absolutely deserve better. Take care, and I'll see you soon.